What do you think people don't, I don't know, appreciate about your passing prowess? Do you think? I mean, I know it's a loaded question, but the reason I'm asking is you're about to be the all-time passingest quarterback in Ohio State history, and you've heard the stuff during the year and stuff, the critics and stuff, but you're also at the top, if not the top, pass completion percentage guy, pass efficiency guy. How would you describe your passing game to someone?
I think try to do my best to get the ball in my hands quickly, get it out of my hands quickly, get to the open guy. Of course, I mean, I'll probably say I'm not the crazy risk taker. I think there's a time and place for that, which I feel like I could do that. But accurate passer, like get it out of my hands quick, get to open guys, let them go do their job. You know what I'm saying? And that's why our guys, they came to do that. You talk about over the years, we got Dontre Wilson, Jalen Marshall, Parris Campbell, Braxton Miller, like Mike Thomas, like everybody that's came here to play receiver since Coach Martin's been here, like the playmakers. Get it out of my hands as quick as I can to get it to those guys so they go run around and do what they do.
JT, did you watch much of the Rutgers film against Washington to prepare for this game?
Yeah.
How similar is Washington's offense to what you guys are trying to do, and then what was Rutgers doing against them that was so successful?
Honestly, I think going off the film from last year, wasn't that the first game of the year?
Yeah.
So, I mean, last year Rutgers played a lot of 4 down. This year they kind of in a okie, so odd 4 out front, 3 down. Some would put. So I don't think they were ready for that. Honestly, I think kind of surprised them being their preparation. I think they made adjustments. I think something Washington does, they get in some 2 tight end sets, which we really don't get into. But I think if anything, it was one of those grinded out games, and I mean Rutgers kind of surprised them with the 3 down look.
JT, this came out. Coach Harbaugh was talking yesterday about Purdue's visiting locker rooms not being up to standards. This is kind of an odd question, but you've been in a lot of visiting locker rooms in your career. Have there been any horror stories for you? Is there any that stand out as particularly difficult to do your pregame routine in?
I don't think they're terrible. I think kind of sometimes remind you of like high school. Like Maryland's kind of tight in there. They don't give you a lot of room to work. But I mean, as far as like up to standards, I mean, it was clean. I don't know what he was really getting at, really. I mean, if it was dirty and not sanitized, I think that's pretty nasty. But I don't know.
Basically,
how much does that matter to? I mean, you guys are going on the road again. You've been to Rutgers locker room before. How much does that matter? And what are you expecting when you go into it? What do you need to get ready for a game?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the challenge of going on the road. I mean, that's the, I guess, advantage to the home team. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's part of it, and you try to keep your routine as on schedule as possible as far as what we do. But I mean, I think that's just the nature of going on the road. So that's one of the challenges you face. I guess.
What do you like the last 2 weeks about the passing game in particular? You guys set a school record last week for total passing yards. You and Dwayne Haskins and Joe. Well, what do you like? What is coming around, do you think, and can it carry over when y'all play a team like Penn State, etc.?
Yeah. So, like I said, getting the ball out of my hands quick. Same thing with Ross and John. Like they're getting the ball out quick. There's not holding the ball. We're not holding the ball. The O-line has to hold on extra blocks. I mean, there was a couple times we got some 3-man rush, and we was able to, guys will be able to work some zones a little bit. But I think that's part of it. So I think that's one of the main things. And then doing a great job on the perimeter blocking with receivers and tight ends. I think so. The yak yards after the catch, all that comes into play.
Do you see Parris Campbell? What do you see coming alive at Parris Campbell here recently, especially?
I think he's just growing confidence, understanding that when he first got here, he wasn't for sure hands. I mean, now he's going to drop a pass every now and then. Like I'm gonna miss a pass every now and then, but I mean, you live with his playmaking ability to blow the top off a defense or make one guy miss and he's to the house. So all those things, I mean, that's part of his game now, and I think he's just growing into his own and becoming one of those household names.
In practice, how was the downfield passing coming? How would you describe the downfield passing in practice?
I mean, it's something constantly we work on. Today, today was okay. I think there was some things that we could have did better as far as quarterbacks, as far as putting the ball in a place where only our guy could get it. I mean, I think that's going against our DBs. I think it's always one of those days. You know, it's back and forth. Today, I think the defense got a little edge on us.
Have you followed the debate about the national anthem and what teams have been doing? What's the conversation been like among your team?
I mean, I didn't follow it crazy. I guess my knowledge on it isn't tremendously, I guess, great. I think from what I saw, it was anything. I don't know, something from what our president said, from Colin Kaepernick, and then you know, it was kind of, I guess, downing the players in the NFL. But I mean, as far as, like I said, I don't have too much knowledge on exactly what was it. I think that's what I got from my Twitter feed.
Is that something you support?
I guess my own views. I don't know. I think something that's getting lost in is the fact that it's not I guess the protesting is not something that's towards our country, as far as the national anthem and, you know, having pride as far as being the United States, but it's more drawing attention to the social injustice as far as, you know, people, innocent people getting killed, or, you know, being, I guess you would say, targeted in a way, things like that. So I think that's one of the things, like, some people are getting into, like, more of like disrespecting the military as far as the NFL players or whatever the case may be, but I don't think that's the case really.
Thanks, JT. You're from a military family, JT. Like, so you saying that, I think, might carry a little more weight than some other folks saying.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's just what it is. I feel like nobody's, like, even when Colin Kaepernick did it, everybody saw it was during the national anthem, and we do that to signify our freedom and what the military has done for us, which is absolutely right. But what he was coming from, what I think the players are doing now, is just like, that's not what anybody's talking about. And I think when everybody was, you know, taking a knee the past couple of days, it was like, now we're all in this together because we were trying to be divided in some way from what President Trump said. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's not anything towards the national anthem or the United States. Like, it was more of like, from the NFL, I feel like, you know, having the right and the freedom, because we were, you know, home free land of the brave, or home the brave land of the free. So that aspect of it is something that was being seen as far as the NFL players. Because, I mean, I saw comments what President Trump said. It was like, what are you talking about? Like, that's why we're in the United States, you know? Like, we have the ability to freedom of speech and freedom to protest whatever you want. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You could be, you know, all the way in left field. That really doesn't matter. But it's the fact that that's who we are as Americans, not the fact that he kind of, I guess, tried to quiet people down and kind of silence that was, I think, really wild to me.
Thanks, JT.
Thank you, JT.
Thanks, JT. There's other Nate, you have no comment?